What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'll break down what's happening with the overall market thus far, what happened with the big bank earnings, and how things are looking on the charts in my personal opinion. But before I break the details information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. Deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 of them. And the offer ends very soon in just 2 weeks exactly. Anyways, now let's break down what's happening with the markets. In my video from yesterday, I said that if there was no major escalation between Iran and Israel, there's a very, very good chance the market would try to rebound, and that's what's happening so far. And the reality is, I'm not really seeing a major piece of escalation between either one of the countries as of right now. So that's a good sign, at least for the markets. It's helping the market rebound a bit, and this may continue at least for the time being. So let's hope the market continues from here. But don't forget, there's always the possibility that things could escalate if Israel does a counterattack or vice versa happens from Iran. So that could always change things, but as of right now, it hasn't really done so. So because I'm not seeing signals of that happening, the market is trying to rebound for the time being. Now, looking at other things, as far as earnings and such go, let me call out that we have Goldman Sachs and Charles Schwab announcing their earnings, and so far things are looking pretty mixed. So Goldman Sachs did very well. This is the good one so far. We saw a very, very nice quarter for them with profit jumping 28%. Earnings, the EPS is at $11.58. That's above expectations, with revenue at $14.21 billion above expectations as well. Profits up 28% to 4.13 billion. And on top of this, the shares have climbed more than 4%. Fixed income trading revenue rose 10% to $4.32 billion, topping estimates. They also saw equities trading more than 10% to about $3.31 billion. Excuse me. Not bad whatsoever. The fees surged 32%, and they had good guidance as well. So good looking numbers, good revenue, good growth, good guidance. Not bad from Goldman Sachs. Charles Schwab, on the other hand, was very, very mixed when it comes to their earnings. Net revenue was about $4.74 billion. This is actually a little bit above expectations. EPS was a little bit above expectations at 74 cents, and their new assets was about 88 billion, which is not bad whatsoever. However, what isn't the best for them would be the fact that their net interest revenue is only at $2.23 billion, missing expectations, and bank deposits accounts balances are at about 90 billion, falling from 97 billion the prior quarter, which is not the best of news for them. Also, their overall guidance was mixed, so this is part of why this ended up dipping the way it has been. So kind of mixed for Charles Schwab. Goldman Sachs better. This was the better one, at least so far in terms of earnings. Now, today's Monday, April 15th. Some big news came out for Tesla. They're laying off more than 10% of its global workforce. This is after an email Elon Musk has released, which is very important. That's a big piece of news for Tesla if you're interested in that. And in terms of data for today, being Monday, April 15th, we have Logan from the Fed who just gave a speech. All the manufacturing numbers came out, and now we just have this right here at 10 o'clock a.m., 30 minutes after the market opens. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have business inventories coming out, some housing data, which is all very minor, retail inventories, which is very minor. And then at 11:30 a.m., we have the 3-month and 6-month bill auctions, followed by Daly giving a speech. But that's all I'm seeing, at least for the time being. That's all we're seeing in terms of data. So what does this mean for the markets as of right now, as the situation with Israel and Iran isn't really escalating to horrendously? This is leading to this little rebound right here. SPY is holding with 515. If we lose 515, look for support at 514.43. If that fails us, we're going to be coming all the way down to about 512.5. If that fails us, watch 510. If we keep pushing higher, we're going to likely test 516.5 as resistance. If that breaks, there's 517.5, 518, then 520 as resistance. In my opinion, the chart's looking more bullish, trying to rebound, gapping up, as there hasn't been major escalation. So I could see this thing pushing all the way up to 516.5 or higher. If that breaks, I think we could get even closer to 518. As of right now, the chart's looking bullish, like it wants to break out. So look for that very carefully on SPY. That's something worth noting. Now, for Tesla, it's trying to follow the trend a bit, might try to push a little higher, but just be careful with the the whole layoff news that came out is not the best of news for Tesla, and we have a bearish looking structure in terms of this pattern. We could push a little bit first before we make any other moves. So I think Tesla's going to try to push a little bit with SPY. We're going to be looking for a test of at least around 172 or so. It could go a little higher. So we'll see if Tesla breaks through the 172.5 resistance to push up to 175, or if it pushes just a little bit to about the 172 flats, then rejects and comes back down. The chart is on a slight downtrend, but I could see an attempt to go a little higher towards 172 on Tesla. I do think it's going to try to test that, and we'll have to see if it rejects or not. If we get the rejection, watch 168 as support, 170.5, and then 168 below that, and 165 might push a little bit, then try to reject, or it might try to break resistance. So just watch that test of 172 or so, and we'll see how it goes from there. For the QQQ, we're pushing even higher so far. We have support at 442 and then 440. And we have resistance at 444. I think that with this imbalance over here, when we watch to see if we can try to push even higher, but that's going to be something worth noting. For now, I do see some more potential in the QQQ, just like I see for SPYs. We're holding above 442 quite well. And we're looking at a bullish structure right here for these imbalances to get filled. We also have a nice gap to fill technically on the QQQ, so I see it going up to at least 444, if not 446, if that breaks. So look for more potential upside on the triple Q. The chart still looks bullish. Part of why it's bullish is thanks to Nvda. Nvda is testing 892's resistance. This is the key zone that we had historically. So look for 892. If we break this, 900 is coming, then 908. If we reject off this, watch for 883. If that fails us, we're coming all the way down to about this gap fill at 875. The chart to me is looking a little bit more bullish. We're looking to see if we could break through this. And if we do so, 900 is going to be coming next. So I see potential in Nvda. I think that this could push even higher. And then in terms of Aapl is looking so-so to me, a little bit stronger though. We have this gap obviously to fill. We have support at 175, our 20 EMA. If we lose this, watch 174, followed by 172.5. I did call out yesterday we might retest 174 then bounce. That's almost exactly what that happened. It could push a little higher now to about 176.5. We also have this gap to fill, and then 178 above that. So the chart's looking a bit more bullish. Going to be looking for a push even higher from here. For a few more tickers, I just want to call out that Supermicro is going to be testing around this 912 area. If we break this, we have this imbalance to fill at 926, followed by 940. To reject off this, we could be coming back down towards about 908.90, but I see a bullish amount of potential so far in Supermicro. For SoFi, we're going to be looking at resistance at 7.4. If we break this, we'll look for 7.5. I'm seeing some potential in this, try to rebound just a little bit to these EMAs, and we'll see if it rejects or not. The overall structure is bearish on it, so maybe it pops a bit more than rejects later, but that's all I'm seeing for the time being. For Coinbase, just going over a couple of them for you guys. We're still hovering around this 246 area. I could see a test of about 249, pushing a little bit. It's not that strong. We're going to be looking to see if we can try to rebound and fill some imbalances. We have a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure too. If we do continue to push, look for a test of about 249. If that breaks, watch 251, and if that breaks, we could go all the way up to about 256. So watch that very carefully on the hourly time frame. Amazon looking bullish right now. We're going to be looking at resistance. Basically, 188 is supposed to be resistance. We're trying to hold above that. If we hold it, we could get very close to about 189.75. For support, watch 187 flat and 186.76. Could be looking for a push to almost 190 if we continue from here. It looks bullish so far, so it has potential. Same thing with Meta. Meta is holding around 520. Could push a little higher to about 523. I'm seeing some potential in the chart as well. With that being said, guys, the VIX is rejecting. We're at the 50 EMA. If we lose this, we could start sinking lower on the VIX as the market's pushing higher. So technicals look bullish on the market for now. From what I'm seeing, we could push even higher on SPY and the others. So watch and see if we get that push. So far, so good. With that being said, thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day. Watch your levels carefully, and I'll be back in just a couple of hours to give you guys another update. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, and peace out.